Have you ever wondered what made the Spartans one of history's most legendary warrior societies? From rigorous training to a society that valued bravery above all, the Spartans were an elite force that left a lasting legacy. Let's dive into the origins and history of the Spartan warriors. Our story begins around the 8th century BCE in the Greek city-state of Sparta, located in the Peloponnese Peninsula. Unlike other Greek city-states that focused on arts, philosophy, and democracy, Sparta developed a culture centered around discipline, loyalty, and, above all, military excellence. This transformation was driven by Sparta's social and political needs. They needed to defend themselves from surrounding enemies and control the large population of helots, enslaved people who worked the land. This constant need for security molded Sparta into a military powerhouse. At the core of Spartan society was a system known as the agoge, a state-sponsored training program designed to mold young boys into warriors. At the age of 7, Spartan boys were taken from their families and placed in the agoge. Here, they endured a grueling regimen of physical training, discipline, and survival skills. They were taught to endure hunger, pain, and harsh conditions with little complaint. Boys were encouraged to be resourceful, even to the extent of stealing food. However, if caught, they would be punished, not for stealing, but for getting caught, as stealth was valued. The agoge didn't just focus on physical strength. Boys were also educated in music, dance, and poetry, fostering a well-rounded development that would make them both disciplined and cunning on the battlefield. This unique combination of physical and mental training was designed to instill a sense of loyalty to the state and prepare them for a life of military service. By the time a Spartan reached adulthood, he had been trained to withstand pain and fear, making him a nearly unstoppable soldier. By the age of 20, young men joined the Spartan army. Although they were allowed to marry, they continued to live in military barracks and dine with their fellow soldiers until the age of 30, when they were finally considered full citizens. Spartan men were expected to prioritize their allegiance to Sparta above everything else, even family. This loyalty was reflected in the famous Spartan saying, "Come back with your shield or on it." In other words, Spartans were expected to return victorious or die fighting. The peak of Spartan military prowess came during the Persian Wars in the early 5th century BCE. Sparta played a pivotal role in resisting the vast Persian Empire's attempts to conquer Greece. The Battle of Thermopylae in 480 BCE became one of the most famous episodes in Greek history. Led by King Leonidas, 300 Spartans, along with a few thousand Greek allies, held off the massive Persian army of King Xerxes at a narrow pass. Although they were ultimately defeated, the Spartans fought bravely, inflicting heavy casualties and delaying the Persian advance. Leonidas and his warriors became immortalized as symbols of courage, sacrifice, and resilience. While the Spartans' military strength was unmatched, it came at a cost. The focus on warfare meant that other areas of Spartan life, like the arts, literature, and trade, were neglected. Additionally, the strict social structure led to tension within Spartan society. The helots, who outnumbered the Spartans, were constantly oppressed to prevent rebellion. This reliance on a rigid and militaristic lifestyle made it difficult for Sparta to adapt to changing times. Sparta's influence began to decline after their victory in the Peloponnesian War against Athens in 404 BCE. While this war made Sparta the dominant power in Greece, it also left the state weakened and exposed to internal and external threats. In the following decades, Sparta struggled to maintain its power. By the 4th century BCE, the rise of other Greek city-states, particularly Thebes, challenged Sparta's dominance. The Battle of Leuctra in 371 BCE marked a significant blow, as the Thebans defeated the Spartan army, shattering their aura of invincibility. The final nail in the coffin for Sparta came with the rise of Macedonia under King Philip II, and his son, Alexander the Great. The Macedonians unified Greece and launched their campaigns against the Persian Empire, leaving little room for the old Spartan way of life. Sparta remained a city, but its role as a major power was over. However, the legacy of the Spartan warriors endures. The ideals of discipline, loyalty, and sacrifice have inspired countless generations. Their story has been retold in art, literature, and film, from ancient Greek texts to modern-day movies like 300. The Spartan spirit of resilience, even against overwhelming odds, continues to resonate. So, while the era of Spartan dominance has long passed, the impact of their warrior ethos remains. The Spartans remind us that greatness requires discipline, and that some legacies, forged in courage and sacrifice, stand the test of time.